Ringing up Christopher Browell.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for 07769247196. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Yes, hello, Mr. Browell. It's Mr. Hussein here, once again, leaving yourself another daily message like a broken record. Today is Friday, the 23rd of August, 2024. And you kidnapped my brother from the 8th of August 2023. We're now over 380 days that you've unlawfully detaining my brother without providing me with unfettered access to him and without providing him with unfettered access to his own family members, whilst you look to torture him to death and failing to provide any kind of clear legal framework for what you've achieved. You're quite happy, you personally, Mr. Browell, are at home on holiday, enjoying the fruits of your career, which is being costed out at the cost of our human suffering and pain and misery. This is the reality of the situation, that you are in a position which is causing torture and pain and suffering to us, and you're quite happy to just be ignorant. You're blissfully ignorant of the fact that the reality is that your wage, the money that you make, or those rubber stamped as lawful and legal, is effectively money that's being accumulated through our torture, human suffering, pain and misery, particularly my pain, suffering and misery, my sister's pain, suffering and misery, but more particularly my brother's pain, suffering and misery, where previously it's been the pain, suffering of misery of my father and my mother and my older brother, whom you've ripped apart. And now all I'm doing is asking you to talk to me. Come on, Mr. Brown, let's just talk. Let's have a conversation together. But what you're telling me is that you don't want to speak to me. And why don't you want to speak to me? What's so wrong, Mr. Browell? You were quite happy to speak to me before, when your paymasters, your managers, no doubt Mr. Mark Truin or Nadia Khan were instructing you to talk to Mr. Hussein because we don't want to be recorded. This all comes down to, you're lying, cheating, manipulating. I'm recording you to gather evidence, and so you don't want to be recorded. This is one of the reasons that you're so, as a local authority, you're so pusillanimously cowardice that you don't even want to talk to me while detaining my brother, whilst you privately commission out the services of the police to come and arrest me and interview me and interrogate me. So it's all rigged. The system is rigged. The game is rigged, and the system is rigged in your own favor, at the cost of our human suffering. It's completely deplorable and despicable that you choose to treat us with disdain and contempt in the manner that you do. It's not acceptable that the fact that you refuse to engage with me. It's not acceptable it's not acceptable for the fact that you are. It's not acceptable for the fact that you are enjoying the fruits of this tyranny, whilst me and my brother are suffering in pain and misery because you're denying us access to see each other. You're not even providing me with a legal framework to explain to me exactly what laws that you're using. You're telling me to go get another solicitor that's going to be prostituted out to meet your needs, or as you are prostituting out the services of the judges and the judiciary. You, the local authority, are crooked to the core. You've kidnapped my brother. You're murdering my family members. You continue and persistently to do this over the years that I've been involved in this. That's over the last 24 years. But you've been at this game for a long time, longer than I've been alive, probably. You're lying, cheating, and manipulating. I'm asking you to let me speak to my brother. Why can't I not even speak to my brother on the why can I not even speak to my brother on the telephone? If I was when I was convicted as a prisoner, I could talk to the victims of my criminality from prison, namely my mother and brother. Nothing stopped me. Now all of a sudden, when I'm a free man, you're choosing to deny me access to my brother, and you're giving instructions to the care home to instruct them to not speak to me or take any of my calls, because you put my brother into a private prison at Sunningdale Care Home, as you had previously done to my other brothers and mother. You are despicable, deplorable, and reprehensible in your conduct and behavior as a local authority. This is one of the reasons that you're acting like with cowardice, contempt for me, hiding behind the corporate veil, looking to exert coercive control and manipulation upon me. You're manipulating me, are you? All right, let's see about this. You've taken away all my money. You've taken taken away all my benefits, you've taken away all my assets, you've made all my, you've made everything a liability to me. You've turned my family against me, you've turned my relatives against me, you're socially isolating me and persecuting and hounding me with frivolous lies and deceptions as you continue to persecute and victimize myself and my family. Why is it? This is just pure racism, unadulterated Islamophobic racism by Bradford Council that chooses to be a city of culture. You're not a city of culture. You're a city of vultures, a lying, cheating crooks in positions of authority and power that are torturing and murdering people and not letting me see my own brother and antagonizing me and then sitting back like vultures waiting for my demise. You, as a local authority in your whole state, will fall into demise before I do. You can see I'm very strong and determined, and your crooked and your crooks behind the corporate veil that are refusing to identify themselves as the decision makers. Who is the decision maker behind this? If I can't identify you, then obviously you can't be held accountable. So this is one of the reasons. Say, oh, Mr. Sen, you must deal with us in a vague abstraction such as a corporation, such as Bradford Council, but we're going to deal with you specifically to put you into jail for so we can continue to torture and murder you. How many times have you done this to the people? This is an interesting question. I would like to know what you
have 15 seconds recording time remaining.
Okay, Mr. Browell, it's getting the better of me. You enjoy your holidays while we are choking to death on the criminality that's been committed against us. My brother is suffering. What rights does my brother have? You're forcing him to take on your care services for his benefit, or is it really for your own benefit? You're despicable, deplorable.
Your recording time has expired. To leave your message, press 1. To review message, press
I'm dealing with a set of psychopaths that are in positions of authority and power to torture and murder people. Absolutely deplorable and disgusting that I'm having to continue. 380 days later, my brother's just been disappeared with by the state, who could torture and murder him with impunity, hiding behind the corporate veil. How reprehensibly deplorable.